Still trying to throw the ball. On first and goal, second and goal, panicking at third. Fourth, I'm wishing for a muff.
Welcome to the 510 Huddle. We back again, another playoff week. How you doing today, D-Lane?
Feeling great, man. Hey, back-to-back victory Mondays for me. Actually, victory Tuesday today because it's Tuesday. But victory weeks for me. Back-to-back in the playoff bets. I'm feeling real good, man.
Yeah, it's not been a good playoff season for me. Yeah, I feel like my playoff bracket or picks just got thrown off once Seattle got their ass whooped. I wasn't expecting that. And then I was riding high on the Rams, and then the Packers whooped
But
their ass.
who'd you have coming out the NFC? Because, I had the Seattle. Your bracket not busted yet, is it?
I think I had the Packers, right?
We gotta look. I know mine been busted since.
Like when we did, cause we didn't do. We did our AFC.
We did one before the season, and then like right before the playoffs, I think we made our picks again. I know that's when I switched from the Saints to the Seahawks.
Oh yeah, no, we're gonna have to revisit that. But I swear, I know we did like our AFC NFC championship. I'm pretty sure I said Packers and somebody else. I think I said Packers Bucks, and we said.
I don't think you had the Bucks going there for us, eh?
Oh no, I said Packers Saints.
Packers Saints. You had Packers Saints, yeah. And I think you did pick the Packers. I think you did pick the Packers, and I picked the Saints. You might be right on that one.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna check after we record this one because I gotta know. But let's dive into the before we get to the playoffs. Let's dive into this week's coaching hires. So we got a lot of big names from Urban Meyer, Robert Saleh, Brandon Stanley. But let's start off. What was your favorite hire this week?
Zay, before we start with our favorites and least favorites, I just want to shout one coach out real quick, Zay, if I can. Yeah. He's already got a job, but I want to shout this man out. And he's actually in the playoffs right now. First of all, this is before that. One thing, quick thing. All four teams in the championship game, they all got all black coordinators. But each of them got a black coordinator on their staff. But one team in particular I want to shout out, and the head coach, Bruce Arians. He has an all-black and basically damn near all-black and black coaching staff. He has about 7 African-American coaches on his staff. His offensive coordinator, Byron Leftwich, his defensive coordinator, Todd Bowles, and the special teams coordinator. And I think the strength and conditioning coordinator, they're all black. So I just wanted to tip my hat to him. I know Martin Luther King Day just passed, whatnot. I wanted to make sure I tip my hat to BA, man, for doing his part.
Hey, I'm glad you pointed that out. Big shout out to Bruce. He's leading the way. And it's honestly a shame that I know Todd Bowles got an interview, but Brian Leftwich didn't get an interview because he was calling a lot of plays. That was a lot of the offense.
You know who else? We haven't even heard his name. I didn't even hear his name till today. So I was listening to a podcast, and I remember him from like a year or two. I just remember his name from the past. I forgot all about the work he did this year, and we haven't heard about him one time in this coaching cycle. Pep Hamilton and the job he did over there with your boy Herbert. Herbert had a rookie season for the ages at quarterback, and we haven't heard. I haven't even heard his name, Pep Hamilton, one time this whole coaching cycle till today.
And people forget Pep was the OC when Andrew Luck was at Stanford, so he's been developing quarterbacks. And I think what happened with Pep and what got his name a bad rep is the time he spent with Harbaugh, and their offense was, been terrible at Michigan. Because that's where he came from before the Chargers. But no, he should at least have some OC because he wasn't calling the plays, So I think he should have whoever hires him. I wish like the Raiders someone. I think he's a good member to have on your staff. But no, good call. And before we get into these favorites and stuff, right? Least favorites. I'm gonna blast the whole NFL if Eric Bieniemy doesn't have a coaching job. There's 2 left. There's Philly and Houston. And honestly, I'm praying he don't get Houston strictly because I feel like it's going to be like, or only because Deshaun said, we don't really want you. I don't want no coach walking into a situation where he's unwanted. Yeah. So, but let's dive into it. You want to start or you want to kick it off? Favorite hire, least favorite hire?
We can start with favorite. We can start with favorite.
And when I say favorite, who do you think is going to last long and be the winningest coach? Out of the coaches.
That's separate though. We could do both because I just feel like that's separate. Let's first say who was just a favorite. My favorite hire is really two. I'm gonna say one. Damn. I like the Robert Saleh pick. I really like him.
Okay.
That's my 1A, and then 1B I will also say I like is the Urban Meyer one. I know we talked about it earlier, but as far as I don't know if he went into the meeting with this thinking with ownership, but maybe he had the 2 to 4 year, maybe 5 year layout plan for them, and it was like then I could pass the reins to somebody else because if you look at Urban's resume at every stop he's been, yes, we know he hasn't coached on the NFL level, but every college stop he's been at, he's turned around every program in the first year of him being there. So and he has a bunch of cap space money. I got the most money in a state with no state taxes in Florida. And he has the number 1 pick. So I also like that situation. But I'm gonna go number 1 just because I like Robert Saleh. I like him as a guy, a man, and the type of guy, type of energy he brings. I think he definitely turned that organization around.
Okay. So those are your 2 favorites?
Those are just like that's my favorite. My favorite is Robert for sure. I was giving you a 1A, 1B.
Okay, my favorite to me was actually Arthur Smith, and I feel like he's going to make an impact right away with Atlanta. And just because, one, fun fact about him, he's the son of the owner of FedEx. And so he started his way all the way at the bottom, GA, and then has been quality assistant coach and worked his way all the way up. But as soon as he's been OC of the Tennessee Titans, I feel like he's maximized every single player on that team. Obviously, Tannehill having career years under him. Derrick Henry's rushing for 2K under him, getting better and better. I think the way he creates run games, the way that offense is consistent week in, week out, the development. I mean, Corey Davis was looked at as kind of a bust, and Arthur Smith comes in, rejuvenate his career. So I think Arthur Smith is, to me, I like offensive coaches, and I think he's one of the young minds make an instant pick. But yeah, and one of my least favorites is actually one of your favorites. So who was your least favorite hire?
Go with your least favorite. I already know what you're gonna say. You can go first.
Who I'm gonna say?
We talked about it off the show.
Urban Meyer. Yeah. Oh, I forgot I did tell you. Hey, yeah. So Urban Meyer, he's my least favorite hire strictly because the huge unknown. And I think Jacksonville has a lot of work to do. Yes, they're going to be able to have Lawrence as the quarterback next year, unless some wild happens, they take Justin Fields. But I just don't think. I think there's too big of an unknown. And then to me, a big sign of how good a coach is a staff he attracts. He's not attracting a high level staff. Not even he got Trent Baalke from the Niners. Like he's not even a high level GM. Like Adam Peters didn't go in. To me, he was the top exec GM out there this offseason. And then, Raheem Morris passed him up to go to the Rams. Now, I would pick Sean McVay over, Urban Meyer too, but if he's a, Sherlock type coach, coaches should want to go with him, and it's no state income tax. So, yeah, to me, it's the huge unknown, the zero experience, and, he's not a play caller. So you're hoping that he's, his offense is in the NFL offense that he's ran, so that's also, a big unknown. So I'm interested to see what Urban Meyer does.
Yeah, I'm not feeling the Campbell hire. The hire for the Lions. I'm not. Tight ends coach? Is that what he's coming from? I read. I think he was a damn tight ends coach, Zay. How is he getting overlooked over EB? I got a big issue with that, bro. Like, what the hell?
Can I say one thing?
Fucking Nagy. No, hold on. Let me go, because I'm hot real quick. Nagy ain't calling no damn plays. Doug Peterson ain't calling no damn plays. Why is this shit being held against EB, man? I'm really, because I'm looking. I just had to do a quick look again because of course, he's thrown in there with us. He's Muslim, they hate against him too, Robert Saleh. But I'm looking at the list of all the hires. I don't see one African American, man. This shit is ridiculous, bro. This shit is just crazy, man. Especially with EB's background, resume. The kid I was Brandon Staley. He was just a damn DC for a D3 4 years ago. EB been with the defending champs, one of the best quarterbacks that ever played this game, and he swears by him. A Hall of Fame Super Bowl coach, he swears by him, and he doesn't even get a look. As somebody for Houston, he doesn't even get an interview. Now they want to do a virtual interview with him because Sean throws a fit. Man, come on, man. I'm cool. I'm cool off the lines. They did what they known to do. Just pull a loser's mentality move. They effed up a couple years ago and they let go of Caldwell.
I don't think you said a lie there. To me, I guess they went for a culture guy. Out of all the hires, I think to me the reason he wasn't the worst only because he has been it has some type of NFL experience. But I think you hit it right on the nail. You gotta look at the owner of the Lions. She's like 90 years old. The crazy part is they hired an African American coach, and he took them to the playoffs. The only success they had since Barry Sanders, and they fired him. So that's the ironic part. It, I guess it's weird. I think Matthew Stafford might want to be out. That's not a move that I think you do want to keep Matthew Stafford. Now you mentioned a Staley hire.
Please get rid of Matthew, please, man. I'm tired of seeing that man's prime go to waste like this.
Now, honestly, I did like the Staley hire. Now this is I think
right.
EB needs a job, and the reason I'm gonna tell you why I like the Staley hire. I believe there's a coaching tree of NFL offensive geniuses, right? There's the one of there's Andy Reid. There's the one with Holmgren where John Gruden and Andy Reid came, Sean McVay, Kyle Shanahan, right? Staley learned under Vic Fangio, and I believe Vic Fangio, if he's gonna go the bat for you, you're that type of level coach, and I think he literally is the next little Sean McVay of defense. And I think people are looking at, you got to develop Justin Herbert. What are you doing? I think Justin Herbert is going to be fine with any OC. We saw that competent offensive staff outside of Pep Hamilton, Anthony Lynn couldn't call plays. Herbert's going to be fine. They're like, we have Pat Mahomes in our division. We need somebody to slow him down. We can't do a shootout every time. So that's how I looked at the hire. That's my thoughts.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't know if that's what you were explaining right there, but that was the pick I was gonna say that would win the most games. I think it's actually Brandon Staley. I actually like that pick. I don't have no problem with that. I like that pick mainly just for every reason you said. And I also think, hey, elevate Pep Hamilton to OC. You just seen what he did, have a career all-time year with a rookie quarterback in his first season. Move him up to OC. Let Brandon run that defense. You got a defensive mind, your head coach. Herbert and Pep is going to run that offense. Man, they still got weapons. They bringing back guys off injury from this past season on defense. All-pro safety and Derwin James and some more. Man, I love that. I love that pickup. And I think if we're talking about all these coaches right now that just got hired, I think he'll win the most games.
Spot on. Oh, the most games? Oh, yeah. I mean,
that's what I was going with for most games. Cause
okay.
That's what I was asking. Yeah. What about for you? Is that who you going with?
For most games off the bat, Staley. I mean, because of roster, so it's gonna be like, and Staley. It's crazy. Staley has the most pressure. Like it's playoffs first year, or it's a failure. Am I wrong? With that, I'm saying with
that roster, I give you that. I get that. That's the expectation. You should at least be able to get to the playoffs. I can give you that.
Just saying, if
I'm big on giving a guy like a year or two to turn shit around, but when you're walking into a situation where it's pieces, it's not like a solid like Rob got some work to do to turn the Jets around. I think he could do it because I like him as a man, as a person, as a coach. I think he could do it, but he has some work to do. It's not like stepping in to the situation Staley has.
No, I agree. I think he win a lot. I'll say this: if it's like a Dolphin year, like they go 10-6, miss the playoffs, that's fine. That's fine. You know what I mean? Because that is a tough division. You know what I mean? So I think the weakest team wins. Yeah, there's 2, 7, 9.
I mean, even 10 might be high. How many did they? As far as from how many did they win this year?
No, I'm saying the Dolphins went 10-6 and missed the playoffs.
No, I'm talking about the Chargers though.
They went 7-9.
Okay, about 9 to 10 wins. Yeah, that's about right.
Yeah, that's respected. I believe first year. If you miss, you got to be
turn
like
around.
A 9-10 win miss. Like a couple injuries here and there we just missed. I think Staley. I'm gonna go with Arthur Smith though. I told you he's my favorite hire. I just believe he's gonna come away and everyone's talking about breaking up this team. Matt Ryan is under a massive contract. I think they make some moves.
I thought I heard it was before they hired the head coach, but I remember the owner coming out saying Matt and Julio might be on the move this all season. That was before they hired the head coach, though.
No. And I do want to say this and shout out to the Falcons. The Falcons did hire an African American GM. Um, I believe. Let me yep, an African American GM. His name is Terry Fonte. Not I think I don't know how to pronounce his last name, but he comes from the Saints organization. So I think that's why I think they're prime and ready to go. You know, the Saints, they don't really miss on draft picks, moves. They've been one of the more efficient teams as far as their player acquisition. So
Yeah,
I
my
think so that's why I got Falcons, just because I just feel like they're you know, their NFC version, kind of the Chargers, except with older QB, and I think he can get them up and rolling real quick.
I just ain't. I'm not so. I think he actually fits for that team, Matty Ice and everything. But I told you, I just thought his offense was a little too vanilla for me.
But remember, I think he maximized Ryan Tannehill.
Yeah. That's true.
Yeah. So that's my all right, let me ask you this before we move on to the playoffs. Who's gonna win the least amount of games out of this coaching staff? I think we both about to say the same coach. Actually, let me not. Let's see.
I'm looking right now. I will have to say, shit. Damn, I don't want to. I'm gonna say the Lions, but Rob could be right there with him just because of how much work he has to put in to turn them boys around, man. Like I said, I'm telling people all year, I think the Jets was the worst, the least amount. They had the least amount of collection of talent on one football roster this year as a team. So I think he has the most work to do to put around or to turn around the
And that
organization.
division is tough. You got big dog Bills. Miami's just getting better, and you know Bill ain't gonna stay down 2 years in a row.
Exactly. So I'm a, I'm gonna go with the Lions. I'll say Campbell.
I think I'm gonna rock with yeah. I mean, it might be Campbell, but
You know
it,
what?
actually,
I'll switch mine. I'm gonna switch mine to
I'm
who
gonna say
you like. Go. You gonna
I'm
say
gonna say
who?
Robert. I'm gonna say Robert. That roster has so much.
I'm.
It has so much work.
I'm gonna
I'm
switch mine to Arthur just because I don't time. I feel like time's coming back, so the Bucks is gonna be reloaded. The Saints, of course, they bring the same team back. Mike's gonna be healthy. They just got to figure out a quarterback situation. I don't know if they'll move forward with Jameis or not, but those are two rosters that's better right now than your aging quarterback and Julio that misses a few games a year. So I mean, really might be the only like if they started an expansion team, that he might be the only piece they might keep outside of Julio just for the name and what he's done for the team. But who's a young piece on Atlanta where you like, man, we can move forward with this guy?
Calvin Ridley. What do you mean?
That's why I just said. I said Ridley was the only ones, eh?
Oh, I mean, no, I think they AJ Terrell played well. Nice young DB for them from Clemson. Deion Jones is still a player. I mean, I just think they need some new life in that defense. But no, I think they have some. No, they can make some moves. That's why I think I feel like that.
Carolina and Teddy coming back. No, I'm just saying we're over here debating about who will lose the most games. I was just, right off the bat, and I was just looking at his division. I'm thinking Arthur might have the toughest route because, like I said,
I mean, Panthers won 4 games last year, and they still need to get a quarterback. I mean, I think he wins 8+ games next year, and I just think obviously you pick Staley, and Staley might be the obvious pick. But I just feel like Arthur Smith, I don't know, I'm betting on him. Like I've seen his whole career. I just did a lot of research on him. I've been liking his offense because he doesn't he can mix it up. And I think I'm big on coaches that come in and develop and maximize the talent. Think about this. The Falcons have had a competent offense without a real offensive coach on their staff. So I think he's going to maximize that and, you know, be a good show out there.
Yeah, they did. They went to the Super Bowl, but that's they out their prime now. And that was with Kyle Shanahan. That prime window, I think, is closed. That's what I'm saying. I think he's about to go through a rehaul process. Yeah, that's like I just feel like no new. I feel like if you drop McVay, any of these top hot offensive play callers, and you drop them onto Atlanta right now, this Atlanta team from this past year, I think you'll see the same shit. They were bad on defense all around all year, and then it's just aging on offense. The only real star you got is you can't really run the ball. Ty was hit or miss. He was all right for the most part of the year. Ridley's the only one that was really playing every game. You got Julio, but like I said, he's like Big Ben. You know you're going to have to count on him missing 3, 4, 5 games a year. So I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't like Atlanta's situations. It's kind of ugly.
We're going to see next year.
Shit,
For the scholarship.
we didn't even talk about the two that's open. The damn I don't really want to get into my Eagles. Yeah, because we in the
Yeah,
shit.
Brian Daboll said he's not interested in the Eagle job. So I
Man,
think
we just every day I wake up to see somebody else we're interviewing. It's just like, man, like I don't know. It just shows me that we're really like fucking running around like a chicken with our head cut off, bro. It's like I don't know. I don't know what direction my organization goes. I'm hearing Josh McDaniels heavy right now, and I'm not with that. I'm not for that move at all. I want Joe Brady. I told you I want Joe Brady. Maybe a Deuce Staley. I'll take even Deuce over
you don't want
McDaniels.
EB.
And yeah, of course. We just I don't know if we'll be patient enough to wait the 2 weeks to interview him, or I think a week and a half because they get that break before.
So this is my perspective, and it's crazy. I'm always like way more positive in your team. It's not even my team, but I'm just saying this is my perspective. I think they're interviewing so many coaches because they waiting for EB. I really do.
Jose.
Just because look,
So.
think about this. I don't care what they say. Andy Reid deserves a statue because he's been helping them when he was there, and then when he left with Doug. Yeah. And so I think they waiting for Andy to give him another gift. That's my perspective. Think about it. You don't interview this many coaches if you ain't waiting. True. So I think they're getting like, hey, who's our second, third guys, just in case, we don't get EB. So, and we're gonna
I'm buying all my Carson stock, man. If we get EB or Joe Brady, man. I'm buying all my Carson stock.
You also have to remember, does EB want that job? Because he good boys with Doug.
Yeah, true.
And Andy. So you're like, hey, Andy, is this really what's going on with Lurie? Is this really the go right now?
It's more so I think when he goes into that room, it's more so with him and Lurie as far
but
as
it's the Eagles. That's
that too. But I think it's just more so if EB. Now it's not even if EB want the job or not, because I mean it ain't like he got a bunch of selection shit. It's down to the last two. Texans didn't even want to interview him. I really think this is his only option. But I think it's more so for him. It's a matter of taking her or not when he goes into that interview with Lurie is. What type of control, what type of power structure is it going to be here? Because right now on the outside looking in, everybody thinks Howie Roseman's running the show. You feel me? So it's like I need some type of say. You feel me? He got to figure out the power structure. I think that's all. Hashing out the power structure will probably be the only problem for EB.
Yeah. We're gonna see. I don't know. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. We're gonna see though. I think it's the most interesting coaching hire spot left because. This hire is either going to make you or break you. You're either going to be the savior, QB guru, rest of your career if you like the world of Carson.
I want Joe Brady. Zay, please pray for me. I want Joe Brady, man. We seen what he did when he was with New Orleans. We seen what he did when he went to LSU. We seen Teddy Two Gloves balling this year. They had 2,000-yard receivers and another receiver with 800 yards. 850 yards over there in Carolina. The man knows how to play. He knows how to coach, and he knows how to coach offensive quarterbacks, man. That's who I want.
And then the least desirable job, the Houston Texans. They have no picks, no cap, and then QB want to get the fuck out of there. Yeah. If you're Deshaun Watson, or I mean, we're gonna talk about this. Larry Miles just talk about it now since the last open spot. Yeah. Or if you're Deshaun Watson, do you think EB takes that job strictly for Deshaun, or is it just too much of a disaster? Because there's players from all over the league, retired players, talking about this now.
Yeah, and the ownership and how they are. Like I said, man, I don't ever think EB at this. Maybe before Deshaun lashed out, but now he's showing his shoe frustrations. You don't even know if he even wants to be there anymore. Why would I even take this job just to make him? Y'all want me to? If I'm walking into Texas ownership, y'all didn't want to interview me in the first place. Now Deshaun throws a fit for you guys to come interview me, and you're interviewing me, and you guys only want me to take this job to make him happy. When he already has a foot out, or he might already have a foot out the door for how you guys been running the show. Nah, I'm good. I'll tell him I'm good real quick. And if I'm Deshaun, I'm trying to make way to Kyle. I'm trying to make my way to the West Coast, man. I think the Niners need to get him. I'm not even a Niner fan, but I think the Niners need to go get D-Watt. I would love to see that.
I don't think they got enough.
You don't think they got enough?
Nah. Just because unless they give up like a player, like and that player is gonna be a Bosa or a Warner, or you know what I mean. Just because other teams that need a quarter, like the Panthers, they said the Panthers would go all in. You know what I mean? They have way more. And again, Deshaun has a no trade clause, but he's been. The rumors are states with no income tax he want to stay in. California is the highest. California, New York. So, and Illinois. I think those are 3 highest. Washington up there too.
I mean, what team? Ooh,
I think he would fit.
You think he'd be cool with Pittsburgh?
I think Pittsburgh would be nice, but that's not in their DNA to give up hella shit for a player. I think where he might go is the Dolphins.
I don't like that pick because I still want to give Tua another year. I'm hearing my big cuz we was just talking. I'm hearing a lot of doubt from Tua right now from all angles. I'm staying on the Tua wagon and give him one more year. You know who I just thought of though, Zay? An ideal spot for Deshaun Watson. Where I said they instantly become Super Bowl contenders, if not in the championship game the following season. It just hit me too. They got everything. They just need him. That's it.
The Bears.
Nope. I knew you'd think the Bears, but no, not the Bears. Come on, keep thinking, Zay. Close to the Bears, though. I'll say that. That's all I'm going to say.
Vikings?
The Minnesota Vikings. Dalvin Cook, Justin Jefferson, Adam Thielen. Man, just replace him with Cousins.
Yeah, Cousins would fit right with that ownership.
I'll swap both of them, man, give them some picks. Because I think the Texans will happily take Kirk Cousins. I think they might take Cousins how they did D-Wop. I mean, how they did D-Hop. Like, how they just was glad to get rid of D-Hop and take in whoever they got back. They'd be glad to bring in Kirk Cousins, especially for a D-Wop. That the way that organization is ran and feel, they just look like they'd rather have a – you feel me? You feel me?
I do. Kirk, if I'm the Texans, I need Kirk a 1, a 3, and then next year's 2.
But what I'm telling you is I think they'd be so comfortable with Kirk. They'd be like a Kirk and a 3 might be good enough for them. They might be like, we get a franchise guy right back. We like Kirk.
Well, you got to remember that new GM is a Belichick guy, so he ain't gonna get bamboozled like Bill O'Brien.
True. Shit, no, Brian, he was a Belichick guy
for a couple years. He was an OC though. He's executive though.
Yeah, this guy was groomed under Belichick, I believe they said.
20 years. He's been there 20 years.
Yeah.
20 years.
Okay. You got to see the inside workings. Let's see what you got, man.
Bro, that's a long time. 20 years on the bill. That's a long time.
You gotta come out showing something. You gotta come out showing something for that though. You can't just 20 years you was just a teacher's pet. You gonna go right back like McDaniels did.
No, facts. So we're gonna see. But let's dive into these playoff picks, man. This weekend, let's start it off. We got Packers, Bucks. Who you got?
Come on, man. You already know I got the Packers, man. I already told people. Tom Brady don't want that A-Rod smoke, man. It's that simple. Brady do not want that A-Rod smoke, man. Put your money where your mouth is. Get at me. Coach D-Lane on all platforms. Get at me.
If Tom Brady wins this game, I'm just talking hypothetical, is he in like in that Jerry Rice category where just ain't no receiver, everyone just be like, is he just that guy?
Who? Tom?
Yeah.
He already that guy.
But I'm saying does the legacy grow?
No, hell no. The legacy grow if he gets.
He's 43.
I don't give a damn. Man, he's playing with an all-star squad. I don't give a damn. This game is, bro, it doesn't matter. He's been to 10 fucking championship games in 9 Super Bowls. Nothing would change if he won this game. Zay, this game, you missing the biggest mark on that question is this game is bigger for A-Rod. Even if he doesn't win the Super Bowl, this game would be big for A-Rod just in the QB discussion between him and Tom Brady. But it will look even better if A-Rod won it this year and beat Brady and Mahomes in doing so. That's who legacy hits harder for this or has a bigger incremental jump is A-Rod if he wins. You don't agree with that?
No, it is because I think that will put him that'll put him above Drew, a lot of other legends.
I got him over Drew. I think that would put him. I think Max said it earlier or the other day best when I was listening to First Take. It would put if A-Rod wins one more, like he's behind Peyton and Tom in the Elway right now. Like he's like right under them just because of the hardware or whatever. However you want to look at accomplishments. But I feel like if he got one more, I think he'll sit in that room with those guys. let A-Rod get 2 more for me. We're not saying he would, but let's just say he ended his career with 3. I would hands down give A-Rod the best ever. I don't give a fuck if Brady got 7. Brady ain't better than that man right there if he get 3. If A-Rod get 3, he the best ever. Because anybody can luck up and get 1. You feel me? You get that second one, that's stamp shit.
Time out. You just said if Aaron Rodgers win 3 Super Bowls, he's the GOAT, best quarterback ever?
I think if he gets to a third one, I'll give him the GOAT status.
Better than Tom Brady?
I'll give him better than Tom. Zay, you don't want to go there with me, man. I'm telling you.
No. He don't even. Where's his MVP? He don't even match it with Tom Brady.
Once he gets this shit, he's only gonna be 1 behind Brady. Brady got 4. He got 3.
No, hell no. Hell no.
Zay,
I'm not gonna let you say that.
Zay,
I'm not gonna.
Zay, hold on.
He's the GOAT. Hell no.
Zay, all right, just answer me this, Zay. Answer me this one question. Answer this one question that's gonna answer it all. If they swapped, if A-Rod had Belichick for 20 years in that defense, does he win more than 6? Yes or no?
I don't know.
What? Are you serious? A-Rod won at least 8.
We can't talk hypotheticals because that's not the case. He's with Green Bay. He's with Green Bay.
Zay, and do you know how many times Green Bay done gave up 40 fucking points in the playoffs during A-Rod's tenure? Like 5 times. Brady's on the defense in New England only gave up 41 times in 20 years. 17 of the years. 17 of the 20 years Tom Brady had in New England, this man had a top 10 defense. I think 9 or 10 times he had a top 5 defense. Come on, Zay. Brady, A-Rod's only had that 4 times in his 6-year career.
But look at Tom. He's only had weapons really 1 time with Randy. Come on now. Tom always had worse weapons. Tom always had worse weapons.
He always had.
I'm not gonna argue this. This is the craziest thing you've ever said. You're doing this for almost 2 years. This is the craziest thing you ever said.
Until
he's the GOAT. You said that. You said it confidently. You said if he wins 3, he's the GOAT. Hell no. Hell no. He has to win at least 5. At least 5.
Before the last 2 years with Aaron Jones and company, you can't even name me another Packers running back. He never even had the threat of play action. It's always been on A-Rod. What are you talking about? And for the most part, he always only had one receiver.
Answer my question. Who's the best running back for Tom Brady? He never had a running back. They use 3, 4 undrafted free agents every year.
I'm saying they have a run game, though. They have a run game, though, with those 3 backs. They always had a run game, a run threat.
Hey, I'm saying crazy. I can't even talk about. You said if Aaron wins 3, he's the GOAT.
He's already the better player. He always been the better player. He just needs the accomplishments. What are you talking about?
The stats don't match it.
What do you say? He doesn't even have 100 interceptions. The man's TD interception ratio is 3. It's the greatest ever. His passer rating is the greatest ever. What are you talking about?
Tom has the most playoff wins ever. It's not even close. He has the most. He's been in the most.
He's playing with the best defense and the defensive-minded coach in the history of the game.
His all-time stats.
That's the other half of the game. Because that means Brady has one half on lock, and then you got the greatest mind on the other half. Of course you're going to win.
You don't have to ask the public on this. This is the craziest thing you ever said on the podcast ever, bro. Ever.
Because I thought this was obvious. I thought everybody. Hold on. So you're not even agreeing that A-Rod's not the better player?
No, Tom Brady's the best quarterback to ever play.
No. Player. No, we ain't talking about greatest accomplishment. Who the better player? Individual player. You saying he's not even the better individual player?
Does he have the best arm talent? He has better arm talent? Yes.
That's part of playing a quarterback. Who's the better quarterback? Zay? Now take
Tom Brady is. Tom Brady's the better quarterback.
That's the craziest shit you ever said on this goddamn podcast.
The better quarterback.
Oh my God! Yeah, we're gonna have to do a poll on this one later. I can't.
Hey, who owns the record for most touchdown passes in the season?
I will let you get away with greatest because, like I said, my boy A-Rod ain't got the accomplishments. But you saying better? It's not even close.
I have a question. Who has the most touchdown passes in the season before the passing age?
It ain't Brady.
It's not Brady.
It's Peyton.
No, I forgot. Pat broke it.
Peyton broke you. Peyton, I think, still got it at 55.
No, 07, I think that's the greatest season ever for a quarterback. 50 touchdown passes, 8 picks. Damn near completed 70% of his passes.
Nah. I'm not gonna let you get away with that. I'm not. Nope. I'm not
That's the
letting you
only
get away.
time-
I'm not letting you get away with that. I'm pulling up Peyton's 2013 year right now. Stop playing with me. Stop playing with me.
You know, Aaron's played with more Pro Bowlers than Tom Brady on offense. It's not even close.
Hell, hold on.
Google that. That's a fact. That's a fact. Aaron Rodgers has had more Pro Bowlers on offense.
55 and 10. You taking? So what you taking? You taking 55 and 10? Or 55 and 10. Or you taking 50 and 8? Because
what's the completion percentage? What's the completion percentage?
Peyton's shit was 68.3, and he threw for 5,400 yards.
Ooh, that was nice. I can't lie.
You remember that was the year he was dealing with Eric Decker and them, Demaryius Thomas.
It was loaded. It was like,
it was loaded. Before they got there, they wasn't them same guys was there before he got there. They wasn't saying they was nice like that. Peyton made that. That's the other thing I give Peyton even over Brady. When you say more or less, I'll say Brady and A-Rod turned more regular no names into household guys than Tom did.
What?
Bro.
Oh my God! So he didn't make Wes Welker.
He made Wes. Well, Wes got money that last year in Miami before he came to New England. That's why he came to New England. He was balling that last year in the slot, then he came to New England that next year.
He was not balling. Look at him, bro. He got cut from the Dolphins, bro. No,
bro,
he was not balling.
Cut from Miami. Let me see.
Bro, look up him. He has a whole thing where he got cut from the Chargers and Dolphins, bro. He was a journeyman before then, bro. Come on now. He was winning Super Bowls with Troy Brown, bro. He was winning Super Bowls with people that never made a Pro Bowl at receiver. Come on now.
600 yards, 687 yards. What are you talking about? And 67 catches from the slot. That's in early 2000s. That's big time for a little small guy like him. And then the next year he came and had 1,000 yards.
You go up here and talk about some 600 yards, and then he over got 100.
A slot guy that's 5'8".
So Brady,
and the next year he goes and have 100 catches for 1,000 yards with the greatest quarterback ever. That lets you know he was already on the track.
Okay, I just want to let you know he says he's the greatest quarterback ever. So we'll move on to the next game. You got Packers. I got Packers.
Remind me that we do a poll on that later because you just said some blasphemous.
No. No. We're gonna address. No. We're gonna address it. You said if Aaron Rodgers wins 3 Super Bowls, he is the greatest quarterback of all time.
Yes,
I want you to repeat that.
Simple.
Okay, I want you to repeat that.
Zay, yes or no? Yes or no? Yes or no? Aaron Rodgers throws certain balls that Tom Brady can only dream of.
You're acting like Tom is not not the most accurate quarterback of all time, bro.
Accurate ain't got shit to do with dropping dimes left and right all over the field in the flick of a wrist. Oh, I'll give you one throw.
Elway can do that. Dan Marino can do that.
Throw. Zay, only other quarterback. It's only one other quarterback that can do that throw A-Rod did to Dallas, nigga, in the playoffs. But Tom Brady's not doing that. Spinning out, rolling left.
There's 2 quarterbacks. Pat Mahomes and Dan Marino.
Huh?
Pat Mahomes and Dan Marino.
Exactly. You ain't say no damn Tom Brady. Because he can't do that shit.
Okay, that's one aspect. That's like saying.
That's your arm. That is the aspect. Okay. That's the only aspect.
Wait. This is my question. Let me ask you. So with your logic, Jerry Rice isn't the best receiver of all time then?
Jerry Rice is the best receiver of all time. He has all the stats. What are you talking about?
T.O. and Randy were more talented.
But they didn't have more talented. They didn't even have better stats than him. That was a stupid. That was a stupid point, Zay.
But Aaron doesn't have his stats. He won't have more touchdowns and not.
Because he might by the end of his career, but we all know he had a slower start. Well, they probably had the same start, but A-Rod had more years on the bench.
I'm trying to understand the logic, to understand talent. Like, to me, I understand what you're saying. Aaron Rodgers, the talent, yes. Like, think about Drew Brees does not have talent. He just maximized what he got, right? And
he got talent. It's talent being accurate. He got pinpoint accuracy.
Of course, repetition. But at any given day, there's a lot of quarterbacks physically you'll take over, right? For instance, if Tua becomes a better quarterback than Justin Herbert, it's because he becomes a more skilled, better quarterback. It's not because he has more natural ability. So with your logic, you're saying because it's Aaron's natural ability, which he shows, he is a GOAT. But Tom Brady.
I didn't say that. No, where's my mouth? I said with the 3 Super Bowls, hell yeah.
Okay, that's crazy.
Over a guy that has lesser talent with 6 Super Bowls with the greatest coach of all time.
And then the 8.
I'm telling It should have lost most of them motherfuckers. Every
Maybe
one
not.
it took, all 6 that he won, it took a game-winning drive, chip shot, field goal to win.
I'm tweeting right now. I gotta that's the craziest. That is just crazy. I never thought we'd have a moment where you just say like
I just seen a lot of analysts say that. Zay. I feel like a lot of people feel like that. If A-Rod got at least 2 more, he'd be the GOAT. So what you saying? He got to get to what, 5 or 6?
No, I said
How many is 5 to you for A-Rod to be the GOAT?
The GOAT, unquestioned 5.
I'm giving my man 3.
I'm saying
NBA. This ain't the NBA. This ain't a one man where you can just run off 2 3-piece like Jordan.
Okay. Before Tom, it was Joe Montana.
And Joe had 4. Sweet 4.
I'm saying never lost.
4-0. My man A-Rod is undefeated. He 1-0. What you saying?
I'm not saying like if A-Rod is 5-0, he would be the GOAT.
What if he 3-0? You not give him the GOAT?
I can't.
If he go 3-0.
No, I'm gonna say to me, if Aaron Rodgers wins, if he's 3-0, I'm gonna actually put a little more juice on it. Let's say he's 3-1. Because to me in football, unlike basketball, you get credit for going, bro. It's the hardest thing to do. Let's say he's 3-1 when he retires.
Hell, I can't believe you just said. Zay, we don't appreciate no losers, especially not on this 5-1 Huddle podcast.
Wait, tell him out for his career.
Don't nobody remember who come in second?
So you tell him for his career it's better to be 3-0 than 3-1?
You said what?
It's better for him to be 3-0 than 3-1.
Damn, Skippy.
Hell, okay. So it's better to lose AFC Championship games. That'll make football is different, bro. For going,
does anybody talk about the fucking Bills from the 90s? No.
If
Nobody remembers fucking losers.
If they won 2, they would have.
If they won 1, they would have remembered them. They didn't win 1.
I'm just saying.
Win. Fuck getting there.
But you get more credit for going. Like Tom would say, I've been to 8 Super Bowls and won 6, bro. 9 Super Bowls and won 6. That's crazy, bro. That's unheard of. If Aaron Rodgers goes Super Bowl 4 straight years and wins 3 of them, that's fucking incredible.
Yeah, that's 4 in a row. You ain't say that. Zay. You said over a period of time.
Okay, let's say he's 36. The next 5 years, he goes to 4 Super Bowls and wins 3. That's incredible. If he does that, I think it's debatable it's maybe debatable. But to me, it's Tom.
Maybe, but all this slip-ups time, all the cracks, the slipping through the cracks and barely getting by niggas on 6 game-winning drives, all the cheating scandals that this motherfucker got, and you gonna say barely? Bruh, A-Rod only need 2. Matter of fact, hold on, let's say our damn bets for this game, because you rocking with Brady, we can put some bet on this one. I'm rocking with A-Rod, man. What's up?
I already said I picked the Packers. You was
doing all that talk.
43. Hey, fuck that. I'm rocking with Tom. Fuck that, man.
Yeah, rock with Tom. Talking all that shit.
Fuck that.
My quarterback 38.
I've been had Packers, but you got Tom already fucked up. And he's gonna be the biggest goal ever if he wins this shit. So I'm going with Tom.
Bet some on it. Bet some on it.
What you trying to put on it?
Well, we can put what you want to do. A fifth of some drink. We can get a bottle. We can do some money. What you want to do?
A bottle. We'll put a bottle on it.
We'll put a bottle on it.
The winner's choice.
Winner's choice. We can do it. A-Rod, baby, do something for 2 something.
Hey, Tom, he already went in there, beat him. He gonna do it again, man. Let's go. I'm rocking with Tom.
Hey, it's why we on this game. I'm finna tell you why A-Rod and them finna win. Hold on, because I already told you how I felt about that.
I had a whole list why the Packers gonna win, but don't worry, I got Tom. I'm rocking with Tom.
So. I'll let you get your Tom thoughts together real quick. I'll tell you why I think the Packers is finna win, man. I already told people all year. If you go back and watch that game, I think they played about around week 5, week 6. Packers versus the Bucks. I think the Bucks actually had a home game. Yeah, that was a home game for Tampa. Brady or A-Rod and company comes out 10-0, whooping their ass. If you really watching the game, we understand how big momentum is for football. It wasn't even close. It looked like it was headed for a blowout. A-Rod and company got the ball. They driving. They about to go up 17-0 on Brady and company. A-Rod throws his first pick 6, and I think they saying like 2-3 seasons, probably longer than that. So I'm definitely not banking on that again. A-Rod to throw another pick 6. He threw a pick 6. And then on the very next drive after they get the ball back after the pick 6, he throws another near pick 6. He throws a pick. The guy gets down to the goal line. Brady and company punches the ball in, and then from there it was just never the same. They took it and ran away with it from there. That A-Rod, that was Devontae's first or second game. We all know Devontae only missed like 2-3 games this year. That was Devontae's either first or second game back off ankle injury. So of course he's not going to be the same. So and Carlton Davis, you talking all that shit about my boy Mike Thomas, calling him slant trying to shit. My boy was hurt, man, but it's all good because hold on. We're gonna one up Mike Thomas this week. This Devontae Adams, EPA boy, Bay boy. He right here, man. He right here. So you ain't no slants. We finna cook your shit this weekend. And I got A-Rod and I got Tay Adams, man.
So look, I had picked the Packers. I don't mean to disrespect you, Devontae. You know, I like watching you play, man. But the Lane just wanted to just talk outrageous. So let's talk about the number one defense remaining in the playoffs is Tampa Bay. I think they'll cause a lot of havoc for the Packers. But check it out. The Green Bay Packers have a really good secondary. Actually, their secondary is playing one of the best of late. But the problem is they don't get after the passer. Tom gonna have all day. Chris Godwin, AB. They say he's healthy. He'll be ready to go. Mike Evans. I think Tom gonna get it done. The reason I say it is because of the defense. And the Packers, they always have problem with physical teams, and they already did it. And I honestly don't got too much for you because I really was picking the Packers, but hey, I'm just gonna rocking with the GOAT. Simple as the GOAT in the defense. It's simple as that. And I'm rocking with Bruce Arians and his all brother staff. On top of that, let's get it.
It shouldn't be much talking to do anyway, brother. You say you got the GOAT. You shouldn't be wishing on the prayer like you're doing right now. That's why you scared like you're scared, because you're wishing on the prayer, man. Because you know you gotta see A-Rod, the real GOAT.
Nah, oh my, you're wild for that. Okay, hey, next game we got Chiefs Bills. Who you rocking with?
Oh, come on, man. I'm going with the Chiefs, man. Going with the Chiefs. But I will say this is the game I've been wanting to see. I think it's going to be close. I think it's going to be a shootout. My only thing is I wouldn't be surprised at another a slow Chiefs start. We all know that's what Andy's known for in the playoffs. Excuse me. His teams is known to start slow. I feel like the Bills defense is not as good as it was the year before, but they still have some pieces. Mainly in the pieces they have, I think, can actually neutralize some of the better pieces that the Chiefs got. We got to see, though. I like both their safeties and Hyde, and who's the other kids? Poyer. I like both those guys back there. And then you got White. Both those safeties, they're gonna have their hands filled. They're gonna have to have guard Travis Kelce, who's routing up damn corners left and right. If you seen last week, you know what I'm talking about. He did a corner nasty last week on a zig route. But they got their hands full with Kelce, and then you got White. He got his hands full with the boy Ty Hill. So it's definitely going to be a shootout, a great matchup to watch, especially between the two young quarterbacks and seeing them duel it out. But I'm going to take the Chiefs 31-28.
Pat Mahomes hasn't practiced this week. I'm rocking with the Bills in the shootout.
What? Oh, I know you ain't just go there. I know you ain't just say that on the pod.
Can I tell you why? So look,
Please tell me.
No, I swear. So this whole week I'm thinking Chiefs, like this game I'm gonna be close. I like the Bills, right? So I'm listening to this podcast on the way home from my client house today, and there's a stat that was said: the Bills were 13-3, and all the 3 games they lost were all COVID related games. Two of the games they played in the middle of the week, and then obviously one of the games they lost against the Chiefs, and they're showing they had like all these stars out. So there was just showing and they have the most wins right now in the playoffs against playoff teams. I just feel like sometimes it's some teams time, and it's not others. And I just think with Pat, he's hasn't practiced yet, still concussion protocol, and he does have a foot injury as well. I just think sometimes things just don't fall into place. I think it might be the Bills' time. And yeah, obviously even the bet in the game is Chiefs -3, so it's a coin flip game. So I'm rocking with the Bills, and partly I wouldn't say this at all if Pat was 100% healthy. I would not even think about this. But Pat with a concussion, to me, if it was like a little knick-knack, it could be a sore shoulder. I really wouldn't care what it was. But the fact that it's a head, that's why I'm rocking with the Bills. I know it sounds crazy.
I think he's gonna be perfectly fine. And like I said, we all watched the play. We didn't receive no shot to the head. I think
it was a nerve.
Yeah, reports afterwards was like the jerk back of the neck, and that messed up a nerve or two. But I think he's gonna be fine. If anything, I'm more so worried about the foot thing more than the neck, or in the head. But I believe Andy's gonna chill out. One thing the Bills know that won't be coming is QB sneak. Pat's not putting his head forward nowhere unless he got to. But no QB sneaks this game. I think Andy's gonna throw out all the options. Throw that shit out, Andy.
I think that's what's gonna make it hard because a lot of the game is RPO, and
I think we can still do the RPO, but it gotta have the run to the it gotta have the run or the pass option with the running back receiver involved, not the quarterback.
If Chad Henne has to come in at any point, what happens?
I'm gonna say I still got faith in the Chiefs, and you know why? I got faith in my boy Honey Badger. I got faith in that he gonna have that defense ready. They didn't flinch last week. I was scared for a moment, but after I seen them come out a couple drives versus Baker and them, and I seen them get that pick.
They just have to worry about the run, though. This ain't the Browns one.
I got you. But Baker, keep in mind, Baker has been dealing. He was 21-3 in his last 8 games, TD to interception ratio, so he had been balling.
I'm about to say, hey, I understand Baker. He's been nice, but Josh is a different animal. Let's keep it in mind.
I get that. We're gonna keep that in mind. This is Badger. This Frank Clark and the crew. I think the defense can hold up. Like I said, that's another reason why I'm rocking with the Chiefs, man. I think they can hold up, man.
Hey, it's gonna be a exciting weekend, man. And you really got me.
We ain't really got to talk too much about the games that just happened, but it's 2 stories at least I want to touch on from this past divisional round. First is Lamar Jackson. Where do the Ravens and Lamar go moving forward? Because to me, I think to answer some of their problems, I think can easily be fixed with a wide receiver 1. What do you think?
No, I think that's a great point. Obviously, I mean, you signed him to a long-term deal. He hasn't missed the playoffs. He's won the MVP. He still hasn't answered the questions of winning with his arm, but I think if he gets a sure-handed receiver in there, I think Greg Roman has to go as an OC. I would just shake that up because he has to change the offense up. The wing T shit worked for a minute, but you got to develop, and I think I understand playing to his strengths, but you also need to help develop Lamar. If I'm a owner, GM, head coach, I'm like, if Josh Allen can develop, I think I could develop Lamar. So I think he needed a fresh offensive face in there, whether it be a fucking QB coach, I don't know. And to your point, wide receiver 1, and I'm already thinking Allen Robinson here, free agent, perfect sure-handed guy for him.
Yeah, wide receiver 1 to me, I think will definitely shore up, and probably I don't even think they gotta get a new OC, more like a pass game coordinator. Get somebody in there with a fresh mind to spice up the offense a little bit, like you said. I actually like Greg Roman because I like guys that we talked about it before. They shit just ain't vanilla. Like it got a little imagination to it. So I like that they ain't just straight down pound the lineup. We just gonna line up and pound the rock down your throat. No, we switch it up. We bring a little pistol. We bring a little this, a little that. We get on the edges. We use Lamar. So his shit ain't vanilla. You feel me? I definitely like his offense, but it definitely needs to expand in the passing game for sure. That and then, like I said, sure-handed wide receiver 1, I think will make even Hollywood 10 times better. Because Hollywood's a baller. I really like the way he plays. We just already seen at the end of the day. We just don't. I don't believe he's a true number 1. But if he can get somebody on the outside of him, he'd be cold. He'd be a cold number 2. He'd be right up there with like the Ridleys of the world and whatnot, the top 2s right now in the league. Even Ridley's he might grow into being the 1 after Julio's done. But I definitely think he'll benefit greatly with a wide receiver 1 next to him.
No, definitely.
And we seen with just to put this shit in some context, man. We seen what a wide receiver 1 can do for Josh Allen. Imagine what he can do for a guy like Lamar who hasn't had one. Josh Allen just a year ago, people was wondering if he was a bust or not. Said he had no accuracy, couldn't throw whatsoever. Turn around this year, he's in MVP conversation. His receiver Diggs leads the league in yards and catches. Hey, and another thing, all 4 teams this week in the championship games, they all got a true number one. That's the way the game is going now, man. You gotta have you a one.
Yeah, I mean, and you gotta have an elite quarterback. Every quarterback in this week is elite. What do you mean? Tom, Aaron, Pat, Josh. I mean, those are.
I'm saying though, like the days of how we was arguing earlier with Tom and Peyton getting regular guys and making them in the names, or just getting regular guys and going far with them. Nah, like you gotta have your quarterback, and then you gotta go get you a burner or a mismatch on the at tight end or something. You gotta have somebody.
Because defenses are so fast now, so you can't just have a route runner guy. They're sitting. It's a wrap. But yeah, man, that's all I got.
And then my other thing, my last one I got for you, Zay, from last week's game, I wanted to ask you about. How will we remember Drew Brees, man? How will Drew Brees be remembered?
I like that. I like to put quarterbacks in tiers. And so one, I feel like he's a culture shifter and a Super Bowl winning quarterback. And, he'll be known as one of the most accurate quarterbacks ever. To me, he'll be in that top 10 quarterback all time.
Is he in your top 10 though? That's the question. We know he ain't top 5, but is he top 10?
I'm just gonna spurt right now. Just my top 10, no order, because that's too much thinking. Tom, Aaron, Elway, Joe, Peyton, Dan, Drew. Yeah, I mean, you gotta throw. I guess I don't want to throw Terry Brush in there, but he got 4. Terry. Who am I missing?
You got John Namath, Jim Kelly.
Already said Elway. I'm a Troy Aikman in there.
I'm taking Drew over Troy. I looked at Troy numbers. I ain't like Troy like that.
He was just really good for a short period of time.
Facts. He was a game manager.
And then, I mean, any current quarterbacks, I'll throw it in there. Oh, obviously, I already said Aaron. I already said Tom. Drew. I mean, I feel like because think about it, like the elite quarterbacks is like 2 every decade. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's not a bunch of them. That's why teams scatter every few years to find.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, that's 10. And again, those are all quarterbacks in the modern day.
Yeah, and you can't forget about like the guys that's gonna grow in there, like Pat Mahomes, shit, maybe one of these other guys, Josh Allen.
Yeah, Pat, Josh Allen, Russ. I mean, even the younger, the Herberts.
But I think you said earlier with tiers, man. As far as I love Drew,
to me in that third tier where I put him in with the he's
I put him in with the second guys. I think he right there second. Like I think he right there with the Eli.
Tier 1. So I would say right now, I said tier 1. I got Tom, Joe, Aaron. I mean, my top 5 is Tom, Joe, Aaron, Elway, Marino. I put Payne. Sorry, I put Payne.
I like the same top 5. Yeah,
I put Payne with Marino outside just because most he just.
Matter of fact, I put Payton above Marino. You know how big I am on resume and hardware, so I put Payton above Marino. That'd be my 5.
Me too, but I got Marino knocking on the door. I got 5B. So that's my tier 1. Then tier 2, Drew going to tier 2. I got Drew.
He top 10. And he's sitting there on that like that 10th. Like
I got to put Big Ben. I got to put Big Ben in my top 10. He'll be 9, and then 10.
I don't know if I'm putting Ben in my top 10, and you know who I'm at. So I'm taking Drew over both these guys, but you know who I will take Eli over Ben.
Hell no.
Only because of the hardware.
They both have 2 Super Bowls. What do you mean?
I thought Ben only had 1.
No, he has 2, and Eli has led the league in interceptions like 4 times. That's where it just came. Like he's just got atrocious years. But he's a big arm quarterback, so he's made big.
Yeah. I'm surprised you didn't get on me for that one. I'm tripping. No, I'm taking Eli. I'm taking Big Ben. I'm tripping. I'm taking Big Ben over Eli.
I can't get on you because you already said the A-Rod. All right, my energy out. I'm already yelling.
I'm on your ass too for that later. Talking about Tom A-Rod ain't better than Tom Brady. I can't believe you.
Hey, nah, that's outrageous. Does Phillip sneak in at 10 for you?
Hell no. Phillip don't get a whiff. I'm cool on Phillip.
Who's 10 then? You gotta put someone 10.
You gotta put somebody 10 shit. I'll take
I'm taking Vic. Change the game. Culture changer. I don't care.
Big. It's a lot of guys, and there's a lot of guys that didn't win one. That was not like a Kurt Warner. He was the MVP of the league. He was nice a couple years. Never won one. Got there a couple times. You know, lost to Brady. Lost to Big Ben. He was a nice one. It's a few. Man.
Steve Young.
Might get in there. I don't know, Pat. My guy Pat jumping over all them OGs, man. That's all that matters.
Pat need at least 8 years, and then like he just need more of it. That's all. He just need 8.
That's it. Yeah, he just need resume.
Yeah. So all right, man. Hey,
so what we got? You went out on the limb. You got the Bills and the Bucks, huh? The Big B Super Bowl, and I got Packers. I got A-Rod. I think that'd be the best Super Bowl anyway. A-Rod versus Mahomes. That's who I got.
Yeah, I'm not even mad if I'm wrong. That'd be a good Super Bowl. And I was picking Packers, but you
gotta stick with that one. You better stick with your mans over there. Don't be trying.
Hey, you forced me to switch. No, you forced me to switch.
Nah, man, stick with your goat. You supposed to be comfortable over there with Billy.
Actually, no, I'm comfortable. Tom in the lab right now. Todd Bowles in the lab right now, and Josh hurt.
Hey, be hurt.
No, they already clear. He said he'd be ready for game day.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
AB got a couple screws loose, but he ready. He prime time.
Okay.
Let's go.
See, boss. We gonna see.
Hey, Rob Gronkowski, this ain't his first rodeo. Man, let's get it.
I know I ain't missing these. I ain't missing a snap this weekend. I need to see all these games.
Yeah, let's go. Sue, Jason Pierre-Paul, Ghostin, White, Martin Davis, Winfield Jr.
Hey, Kev, you heard me last week. That's why my boy did their thing last week. Hey, I need y'all to do it again. Get on them Preston and Darius. Make sure they doing their thing, rushing that passer, man. Had their ass on Tom Brady's neck all game.
Man, this ain't Cooper Kupp and Robert Woods. Man, let's go.
It might as well be with his old ass. He can't move.
So Jared Goff Bears, I gotta go. You said Jared better than Tom?
Jared's feet is better than Tom's feet right now.
No. It's over, pod. It's over.
Still went for it. It's time to change it.